Hi folks, this is Bud. No Nancy Arnold here, and unfortunately that's going to be the case going forward. Nancy has left Muscle Ventures, and I can't say a whole lot about it. What happened though is that the site began to conflict a little bit with some things that were going on in her workplace, and at the end of the day, she and I decided that it was probably better for her to just simply pull out. I'm really sad to see this go. This is Nancy and I have had a great relationship on the site, and we really built the site together. And I'll never forget her contribution or the time we spent together building this. I couldn't have done what we've done so far without her. But unfortunately, sometimes external events intervene. Nancy and I still remain friends, good friends, and so it's not, one of these blowouts that you hear about all of the time. It's really just sort of a decision. It's really a business decision at the end of the day, and a decision about, we're sort of in the best professional interests of Nancy at this point in time. I'm going to put at the end of this post some links to some of my favorite posts about Nancy. As people who have been following the site for some time will remember, Nancy and I really started it while she was preparing for her last bodybuilding show. And in fact, we were preparing to track a new show that she thought she might do this year, but as it turned out, she decided not to compete this year because she had a death in the family in the fall, and we were actually looking forward to doing her show maybe for next year. And as you might recall, we were doing a Northern Kentucky bodybuilding series based on her trip down to Northern Kentucky. We won't be able to finish that series, at least in the short term, because we have to sort of let the dust settle on some things related to this decision for her to pull back. I should also point out that, beyond the scope of this site, Nancy was really a very dear friend, and still is a very dear friend. She helped me out quite a bit right after my mother died, and she was very kind through that process. And I thought we formed a very strong working relationship and friendship. I'll never forget traveling with her out to the Outback Gym in Dexter to sort of follow her preparations there, which she would do on days where she wasn't at Liberty Athletic Club, and then also working out with her at Liberty Athletic Club and later Gold's Gym as we honed down on that first competition. I really, when Nancy announced she was going to do a competition now about a year and a half ago, it was in June 2005, I think, that she came out and said she was going to do it definitively. I sort of wondered, well, man, are we going to make it to this competition? You have to work out so hard. But somehow we did. And I sort of matched Nancy. She put on a good bit of muscle. She also lost quite a bit of weight for the competition, and I hate to say it, I think she took some of the muscle with some of the fat. But during that time, she was an incredible competitor, and that was where it sort of became clear to me the mettle she was made of. And that was also the time when we really decided to start Muscle Ventures, which is right now a little bit over a year old. We started in February of 2006, and our partnership, I guess, is ending now in April of 2007. It was in April in 2006 that she did her actual show. Muscle Ventures will go on. I have a number of folks at Gold's Gym who we're collaborating with, and I tend to keep that going. The nature of the site's probably going to change a little bit. I'm going to certainly miss the back and forth with Nancy. I hope maybe we can pull her in or do an interview with her from time to time, once things sort of settle out here and she's on a good footing. She continues on with her NCA fitness business. I'll put a link to that also at the end of this particular video. So I just wanted to let you know that things were changing at the site. I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a tribute to Nancy. I'll run as a background song to this whole interview, Edith Piaf's Je ne regrette rien. So Levon, my little son, who's actually oddly enough sitting behind the camera right now, and is kind of smiling at me like, oh my goodness, Daddy, what are you doing? Was kicking me under the table at dinner tonight as I was singing Non, rien de rien, non, je ne regrette rien, which I sing horribly, but basically means no, nothing, nothing at all. I regret nothing at all. And I think that's how I'll end this post.